I know you're all really excited to understand like what my typical day is like as an accountant. And I do add a little, debits and credits a little bit during the day, but I spend a good portion of the day surfing YouTube, playing history baseball online, and when I get the chance, I try to take breaks as well. I do get out there and date a little bit, if you can believe it. And however, I tend to turn my girlfriends into accounts, though, over time. And that's usually due to they start to count the days until they're going to dump me. So. There's not a lot of like hot dating opportunities in the accounting department I work at. As I'm sure you can imagine, like not in college, the most pretty and socially outgoing girls don't generally go into accounting, but some girls do study accounting, and I do have some female coworkers, and it actually works out pretty well for me as far as dating them because they have a lot lower expectations. So I prefer accounting to other forms of organized crime. If you rob a bank, with a gun, you're probably going to get sent, to prison and be beat up and raped, and that's not a great thing. Where if you do some, illegal accounting, you actually might be able to keep half the money you stole, and you'll be able to practice your golf game. Not a bad deal. So little accounting advice here. If you hire an accountant for your company and he never takes a vacation, be very leery. And that's not a joke. If you hire me to be your accountant for your company, be even more leery. And that's not a joke either. Actually, I did do some tax work previously, but the company I was working for had me, flying all over the place. I was flying to like Switzerland. I was flying to the Caribbean islands, and I had to take big duffel bags full of money and to deposit in the local banks there. And but I'm not really sure what happened to Enron after I quit. So well, that's my set, and I appreciate your attention.
Audience, and you're hanging in there, and I appreciate that. So, thank you very much. We're up to our next comedian, expert florist by day, comedian by happenstance. All the way from the shores of beautiful Lake Union, please welcome Ann Bradfield.
Weird to you? Yeah? My boyfriend pointed out that my sisters and I all clap the same way, just like this. I think it's cool. We look like monkeys with cymbals. I broke my hand once during aerobics during a 9th grade PE class. We were doing the grade 5. And tripped. Still can't do this, right? I tripped on my own feet, and then I broke my hand. And I had to get a cast that went from my elbow down to my knuckles. And when I get back to school, I find out that this older girl with larger hair had been telling everybody that she pushed me down for street cred. Street cred? Really? Street cred? I don't know how much street cred you get for pushing down the shy girl with 0 muscle tone. But I'm thinking it's about on par with stealing the little nickel classifieds. Actually, when I had that cast, I think it the only time my sisters and I didn't all have the clap. Maybe that didn't come out right. My dad has gotten really into giving high fives lately while we're playing games. And that's, that's great. High-fiving is a show of sportsmanship and support. And he's very willing to high-five his opponents when his opponents are losing. The other day I'm playing hearts with my dad, my mom, and probably my boyfriend and some other people. And I got the queen of spades in a trick, which is not good if you don't play hearts. It's bad news. So I was absorbing my loss and feeling kind of sorry for myself, and I sensed this shadow in front of my face. It's Dad, the high five. And the problem with that is I look like a bad sport if I don't high five him back. High fiving in a situation like that is a little bit like killing a deer and then running over to shake its hoof. Do we have any Geminis out there? Yeah, we got a few in the front. All right, I'm a Gemini. So you guys understand, if you're Gemini, that you have two personalities very strongly inside yourself. I decided to read Shogun this winter, and it really taught me a lot about my two personalities. In case you didn't see the miniseries, part of the story deals with a group of pleasure-seeking, lazy, drunken, averse to bathing Dutch sailors who land in Japan in the early 1600s. So I can now identify that within myself there is Dutch sailor Anne and samurai Anne. The other day I'm at the grocery store and Dutch sailor Anne takes this jar of organic fig spread and says, "Oh, that'd be so good with some of that Spanish sheep's cheese and some of that nut, wheat, rye, fruit bread that's $12.18 and wash it down with a little bourbon for my afternoon snack." But no, Samurai Anne says, "You are succumbing to the Whole Foods gourmet mentality. Do not be so frivolous. You may go home and have warm water." And 3 almonds. And if you really need a treat, you can put shed spread on your crackers, and they will be saltines. I wanted to go to a movie the other night, and Dutch sailor Anne says, "Let's drive up to the Crest and see that raucous sex comedy with the pretty outfits on the ladies and the outrageous romantic developments." No, you are sucked in by the Hollywood image machine. Do not use this opportunity to let your mind weaken. You will walk, not drive, uphill to the Harvard Exit Theater, where you will see a documentary about child prostitution in Sri Lanka. Oh, you think that's depressing? You should suffer more, not less. But anyways, I can say honestly that at least one half of me thinks you've been a really fun crowd.